What's up, guys? This is Christina and English Grammar Explains, and today we talk about complex object with infinitive. I just remember myself what is complex object, what is this thing. This is the sentence with subject on the first place, then verb on the second place, and then I have object number one, that's the third place, and then object number two. It can be infinitive, it can be participle, and that's it. This is the complex object. We know that object number one can be pronoun or noun or even gerund. But what about object number one? What is this? It can be infinitive, and it can be participle. As for participle, I will talk about it in the next video, and I want to talk about infinitive. So, I can use my infinitive in two ways. The first way is full infinitive, so-called full infinitive. And the second way is so-called bare infinitive. It's infinitive without to. For example, I want you to help me. Here I have my subject, my verb, and then I have my object number one. This is it. And then I have object number two. This is my full infinitive. Let's take another example. I saw him open the door. So, what we have here? I, this is my subject. Saw, this is my verb. Him, this is my object number one. And then open. This is my object number two. But, as you see, here I have two, but here there is no two. So, this is bare infinitive. So what's the difference? How can I know what to use? Full infinitive or bare infinitive? What does it depend on? It all depends on my main verb. It depends on this thing, here and here. If my verb means some kind of physical perception, let me draw some chart to show how the verbs behave in complex object. The first group of verbs are the ones meaning physical perception, physical feelings, or something like this. Physical perception. And the verbs like this: see, hear, watch, notice, feel, and so on. These are the main ones mostly used in the sentences. And in this case, we use bare infinitive, aka infinitive without to. Let's have an example. I heard my sister sing. So this is my subject, this is my verb, and this is physical perception because I hear with my ears and so on. So that's important, physical perception. And then my first object. And then my second object. And this is my bare infinitive, without to. Here it is. There are other cases when infinitive is used without to. And the second main case is with verbs. You should remember them. Just remember them, guys. Let and make. Here they are. Here I also use bare infinitive. Let's take an example. We made him work. Here it is. Made. And then we have our object number 1 and then object number 2. My bare infinitive is here. In other cases, we use infinitive with to. I can just write here other verbs. But it's necessary to remember that not all verbs can be used in complex objects. We should remember that only verbs meaning physical perception and mental activity, wishes, desires, orders are used in complex objects. Wishes, desires, any mental activity. For example, to think, to know, understand, believe, and so on. In complex objects, we also can use orders, requests, permissions, etc. These groups of verbs is used with full infinitive. That's infinitive with to. Let's have an example. They expected us to finish our work by noon. Something like that. So, what do we have here? We have verb, expected. It's in some kind mental activity, and it also means some wish or some desire. So, mental activity. And of course that's desire, some kind of desire. And then we have the first object and then the second object. And as you see, we have full infinitive here. That's the case of using a complex object with infinitive. In the next video, I'll talk about using a participle with complex object. It will be much more interesting. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel.